Hello, I'm Darrell Montgomery, and the following is part of a presentation given at the New York Investing Meetup on December 12, 2007. Economic predictions for 2008. One of the first things you have to worry about next year is inflation. Inflation is likely to rise substantially. Now, the government has understated the inflation figures for many years at this point. Inflation is already much higher than people realize. There's a strong likelihood of a recession next year as well. The government may not officially declare a recession. Sometimes this takes as long as 2 years after a recession has actually begun. Another thing to worry about is that the credit crisis is going to spread beyond residential mortgages to credit cards, car loans, and student loans. Also important is that the decline in real estate is going to spread from residential to commercial real estate. Commercial real estate has held up relatively well up to this point in time, but you're going to start to see very serious declines and lots of news about this probably fairly soon. Another very important thing are bond insurers. These are also called monolines. You will start to hear this word in the financial press, probably a word you've never heard of before. But bond insurers are already starting to have significant problems. And if their ratings are lowered, which is likely to happen, if there is any realistic ratings done based on their actual financial situation, there will, of course, be pressure to stop this, because the effects will be devastating. Because once the ratings on the insurers decline, the ratings on all the bonds will decline. And this will lead to higher interest rates across the board and potentially financial chaos. We are also going to see a lot more U.S. government-supported mergers and bailouts for banks and broker-dealers. Now, this is not being done officially, usually. It's all being done behind the scenes. For instance, when Countrywide Financial received a cash infusion from Bank of America, Barron's reported that this had been arranged by the Fed, or at least there were rumors that it had been arranged by the Fed. It's also quite possible that the bailout of Citibank, which Abu Dhabi recently bought 4.9% of it, was assisted by the federal government, or at the very least, it was certainly acquiesced to by the federal government. There's also been a recent buyout from foreign sources for Morgan Stanley, and we're going to see a lot more of this next year. Another trend that is likely to continue is the U.S. dollar is going to decline. If this gets out of hand enough, and it's quite possible it will next year, you're going to see a multinational attempt to support the dollar. You're likely to read about this in the papers. It will not be a secret. A large number of G7 countries or other countries will get together and they'll announce they're going to support the dollar, and there will be currency intervention. Now, currency intervention has never worked in history unless you have monetary support, and this means that the Federal Reserve would have to raise interest rates substantially. This is not going to happen. So it is highly likely sometime next year you will get this intervention to support the dollar. The problem with all of this is that it creates inflation, frequently lots and lots of inflation. No matter what happens, this is likely to be the #1 theme for 2008. Good luck with your investing in 2008. It should be an interesting year.